Thor was largely on Earth for the first
Right.
film. Now he's in space. He's in the Nine Realms environment.
Yep.
How different did it feel being in, a completely different setting?
Yeah, it was great, yeah. And I think the important thing with each of these films is how you separate the characters and their worlds. Now that we've done the Avengers, is how you kind of justify, well, where's the rest of the team now if they're in some sort of battle? And it's nice Thor is off-world, for a lot of the time, and does come back to Earth. But we really get to see where he's from, and it feels like a place, and it's relatable. And Alan Taylor injected the Game of Thrones kind of feel of that organic kind of... Viking kind of feel to it. It's great.
Fantastic. And Thor's a bit of a veteran now. This is his third film. There's almost a bit of sort of chinks on the armour. He looks like he's been sort of through a lot more.
Yeah.
How important is it to bring his arc through from the first two films?
That's what I liked about it, was there was a battle-worn sort of aspect to him in this film. And you want to separate each of the films and have the character be some sort of evolution or change. And we start to see the sort of wear and tear of kind of what this role as potential king is going to be, and the weight of the throne and that responsibility.
Yeah. I think a huge part of why people are going to go and see the film is the relationship between Thor and Loki. How easy is it for you guys to slip back into it now?
It's great. I love it. I think it's my favourite stuff, I think, with the character of Thor, is that relationship with Loki. And I think only because of what Tom has done in each of the films is why he's in this one. Truly all credit to his performance. I don't know that the plan was ever to have him continue on in the films, but he's just done such a good job, and to be able to have that shorthand with him and we pick up where we left off there's such an ease to it, and it's so much fun. That's good.
Yeah. You've got some fantastic scenes with Anthony Hopkins where Thor is dealing with the pressure of the throne, as you say. Just talk about acting through those scenes.
Yeah, he's just incredible, obviously, and the most generous actor, and whether he's off camera or whatever, he's always giving it everything, and is a constant sort of reminder of wow, like what's possible, and where you should reach to. And yeah, they have a conflict now about sort of disagreement on how to kind of run through things, and I think that's always going to be there. That's we didn't want to all of a sudden just, oh, well, now they're friends and they get along, because it's not truthful anyway. I sort things out with family members, but then a week or two later it rears its head again. And as does with Thor and with Odin. I think it's exciting working with him, man. It's always fun.
Now there's a new evil force in the universe for Thor to sort of come up against. Just talk about the new villain played by Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, it's called Malekith, and basically an ancient race of dark elves who have existed a long time before Thor's been around even, and hit their issue or problems with the universe and their kind of where they're headed. Thor is just a small fish in a part of that, and then thankfully Thor comes and steps in the way of what he's trying to achieve, which is consume the universe and destroy it and have it all for himself. But he's a bad guy and is accompanied by some other pretty deadly creatures.
And Thor's going to come up against this. I mean, I guess it's pretty inevitable that Thor and Malekith are going to come to blows in some sort of way. Just talk about as much as you can about those scenes as and when they happen.
I mean, through the film, we brush the paths briefly, and not until the sort of final battle where they're confronted by one another in the most serious way, and they get to slog it out until the final moment, and that was epic. Christopher Eccleston's just incredible, and we're both on many kind of wire setups and stunt routines being smashed into one another and into walls, and we had a hell of a time.
Fantastic. You're starting to tour the film now. You're starting to meet fans, get a bit of reaction. What's it been like talking to people, meeting the fans themselves?
It's always the best part, and to have them be this pleased with it, is a huge relief. And the biggest response has been the humour that comes through in the film, which was sort of unexpected but hoped for. And that's, I think, just so important to tie in these kind of fantastical worlds with that humour. It grounds it in a relatable way. But the fans are, as enthusiastic as they were the first time round, and it's wonderful they've stuck with us.
Yeah. If you'd like to in a sentence or two, say what you'd hope that fans would take away from the film when they go see it.
I think, I hope they think it's the perfect kind of continuation of all their Marvel films and ties in nicely and is as big a draw as, what's come beforehand.